everyone, it's me, Sherry. As you can see from the title of the video, this is going to be the how I did my makeup in high school tag, I guess, video that's been going around. So this is very important. You're going to want to pay close attention to this on how I did my makeup in high school, okay? Are you ready? Bonnie Bell Lip Balm. Not necessarily Kool-Aid flavor. Done. That's how I did my makeup in high school. Okay guys, I'm going to change the pace of this video, and it's going to be a little bit more of a serious video for my channel sort of thing. So it's going to be a story time video, which are also going around. So in high school, obviously I didn't do a lot of makeup. I really didn't care. I didn't get into makeup probably till my early to mid 20s is when I really started getting into makeup. So if you guys want to see a video on how I did my makeup then, when I first started out kind of with makeup, like, I mean, I dabbled a little bit here and there in high school. If I went to a dance, I'd put like a single color over my lid or something and maybe wear one of my mother's lipsticks, but I didn't really have any of my own stuff. So I really didn't dabble in makeup. I had very low self-esteem in high school, and I'm going to get into my little high school story in a minute, so I'll talk about that. But like I said, if you want to see how I did my makeup in my 20s when I first started making, when I first started getting into makeup, then you guys can, you know, thumbs up or let me know down below that you want me to do that, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. So, since I didn't do a lot of makeup in high school, this is going to be a combination of how I did my makeup in high school / my high school story. So, as a lot of you guys know, or maybe some of you that are newer to my channel don't know, I was born with a visual impairment. Obviously, one of my eyes are smaller than the other. You can see that just by looking at me. I'm completely blind on my right side, and I have low vision on my left side. Where perfect vision is 20/20, my vision is 20/250 or something like that. It's really bad. So I have to hold things up really close to read them. I'm both near and farsighted. I have to hold things really close up so I can see them to read them, and I can't really see things far away. I can make out shapes. Like if someone said hi to me from across the hall, I can say hi back, and if Hubert says like, who was that? Sometimes I don't know, but sometimes I recognize people by their voice, just because if you grow up when you lost one sense, kind of another sense picks up, and I have really good hearing for the most part, so that happens. Anyway, back to my whole high school experience. So as you can tell, like, growing up with being blind on one side and having low vision, it's hard on any child. But I coped through. I went through all regular school. I managed to get by. I had a thing, I will show it to you guys in a few minutes. It was like a binocular, but it was for one eye, so I could see the chalkboard, so I'd have to like look through it, read my notes, and then write them down, then look through it, read the notes, and then write them down. That's how I had to cope, because the glasses weren't strong enough for me. So, fast forward to high school, junior high even, I guess. I was made fun of in elementary school, junior high, and high school. Maybe not so much in high school, but where I became so sensitive over the years that even if people were kind of talking in their own little groups and giggling, I kind of just went to in my head that they were talking and giggling about me, and it might not have been the case. Anybody that's on my channel that went to high school with me, you guys that know me, if you were to say anything about me in high school, how I was, you would probably say that I was very shy and quiet, because I was like that way because I had to protect myself. Because after being bullied in elementary school, which some kids through the years in bullying, as it happens like nowadays, can be way worse than I was bullied. I was just always made, like, there were certain people that would make fun of me. And that's why I said, like, I guarded myself after that, because I didn't want to take the chance of letting anybody in for anybody else to make fun of me, I guess. So I had a few, like, friends, but I had one really good friend. She's still my best friend to this day. I still talk to people from high school, obviously, and like I said, I wasn't really made fun of, but I was just so self-conscious that when people were talking and stuff that I felt like I was being made fun of, I didn't want to go to high school. I didn't want to bother. I just wanted to blend in and be invisible. So I didn't do makeup. I didn't make an effort to speak up in classes or anything. I kind of just stuck to myself. I had really bad acne as well during junior high and high school, so it kind of would have been the time that you think I would have been wearing a lot of makeup and stuff to cover that up. But as I said, I just didn't care. I didn't care. And I would not go to school half the time because I just wouldn't want to be there to deal with it. I can think of a few cases, specific bullying incidents that happened to me that I can bring up. One actually happened in elementary school. Somebody stole something out of my desk in elementary school, and then we had like an issue. I had an issue with him for like probably the rest of the time that we were in school. And like, we used to get our class pictures back, and he would like call me googly eyes and make fun of me and stuff like that. So I mean, as like, if you're 8 to 10 years old, that hurts, right? Like, it would hurt any child. So that was probably one of my first incidents with bullying. Then in junior high, I remember it was actually my birthday, and we were in PE class, and we were playing volleyball, and I missed the ball because I couldn't see that well, and this girl was calling me an idiot and saying, what am I, blind, you're stupid, the ball came right to you, sort of thing. So that kind of was another incident. But I mean, as far as bullying goes, like, I wasn't beaten up, I wasn't chased, like that kind of stuff. This was just bullying, kind of bullying that happened back then. But I mean, like I said, I'm a very sensitive person, so each little incident, and there's been incidents in between, I'm just giving you an example from that I can recall from every year that stood out to me. And with each incident, I kind of just sunk down a little further. So in high school, I remember specifically one day I was getting my books out of my locker, and there was a bunch of books on the lockers above my head. And there were some guys, because you know the way guys can be cruel, anybody can be cruel really. So they were standing next to the lockers, and they were banging their foot on it, trying to get the books to fall down on my head. And I knew what they were up to, so I kind of spoke up. That's one day that I actually did lash out, and when I was walking away, I was like, kind of, you know, guys, act your age and not your shoe size. And then they said something really, I can't remember exactly what it was, but they said something to me, and then my best friend Krista popped up, and then she started with them, saying they were very articulate and stuff like that, like just, you know, trying to dig stabs back at them. So I think that was actually in grade 10. Which would probably be, how does it go for you guys? It goes freshman, junior, sophomore, and senior? Or is it freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior? I think that's how it goes. Anyway, it was that second year. It wasn't freshman because the way the schools work around here, elementary school is up to grade 6. And then you have grade 7 to 9 in junior high, and then grade 10 to 12 in high school, but now it's 9 to 12 in high school, so it's more like the US. So anyway, I was probably, about 16 years old. It was grade 10, so that kind of stood out to me. And ever since then, I just kind of started missing time at school because I didn't want to be there, because I felt so self-conscious. I didn't want to go. I had good grades. I always had good grades. Even when I wasn't there, the principal was shocked because he said, I don't know how she's not here and she's passing, because I'm not trying to brag, but I was really smart. I caught on to stuff quickly. If I sat in class and listened to stuff, I absorbed the information. So I could have made like 90s and 100s probably, and I was making like 70s and 80s, sometimes 60s in some of the tougher subjects like physics and stuff. And as the time went by, over and over again, I missed more and more time because I just didn't want to be there, because I was too self-conscious and I had no self-confidence in myself, no self-esteem. It was just a really hard time for me. So in grade 12, in May of grade 12, my parents got a call from the school and told me that I was unable to write my final exams. So my senior year, I was unable. So I was going to be held back in my senior year because of missing so much time, because I just didn't want to be at school. So I didn't graduate with my friends. I didn't graduate when I was supposed to. I had the grades. I would have passed no problem, but school's policy. I think it was like 60% of classes over there you had to be there for, and I just missed way too much time. So that devastated me. When everybody was going to prom and getting ready to go to graduation and everything, I was just home. So yeah, it wasn't a very nice experience. Actually, it's kind of surprising, but my 20-year high school reunion is coming up next year from the graduating class that I was supposed to graduate in. I'll probably still go. I'm still in the yearbook. I was still supposed to graduate and everything that year, so I'll probably still go because I'd like to like see some people, because I talk to more people now than I actually did when I was in high school. And YouTube actually brought me out of my shell quite a bit, so. But I did go back to school, obviously. I did finish high school. I didn't go back to that school, though. I went back to a different school. I wanted to kind of nobody to know me sort of thing. I wanted to start fresh. I went back to a different high school. I graduated. I graduated with honors. And then I went on to college. I took like secretarial courses in medical terminology so I could be like a medical secretary. I didn't find anything, but that's like a whole separate, if you guys want to know all about my education, what kind of work I did over the years. And then I took early childhood education, of course. And that's what I do now. I'm in childcare. So I guess everything happens for a reason, and I'm kind of glad that it happened the way that I did, because I would have graduated from high school with average grades. I went back and I graduated with honors, so that's a good thing, but it just kind of sucks that it came to the point that I was bullied so much that I didn't want to be there, and I didn't pass my senior year because of it. I was held back. So this is really personal, and it was hard for me to open up about this kind of stuff. So, and it's a bit more of a serious type of video that I tend to do on my channel. So if you, like I said, if you guys didn't enjoy this video, I'm sorry, but I just felt like I wanted to get this out there because I seen this, how I did my makeup in high school tag going around, and it kind of touched a subject, a little spot with me thinking, I didn't really do it. And then I kind of thought, hey, all story times are going around. Maybe I should share my experience with people. So if any of you guys out there, some of my younger viewers, if you're being bullied, speak with somebody. Don't let it get to the point where you are held back from school and you just feel worthless and so self-conscious that you don't want to be around people anymore. Because I spent mostly all of my high school too, like on the weekends and stuff, I spent it babysitting. I actually babysat Kristen and her sister Alicia, which isn't a bad thing because I've always been close to them, but I didn't really go to a lot of dances. I didn't go to like basketball games or hockey games, or football's not as big here as it is in the US. It's more hockey here. So don't let bullying hold you back. Speak with somebody about it. Try to resolve the issue. I know it can be hard. I know I've been there. I know what it can be like. I can't completely relate to some of the bullying that goes on these days. I read things in the news and everything else about like people getting beat up and chased and everything else, and that's just horrendous. Like I'm so happy and relieved my bullying like didn't come to that, because I don't even know if I want to call it bullying. I guess it is, but it more or less being made fun of is what I call it. But I guess it's still a form of bullying, right? So please don't let it get that far. Speak with somebody. Try to work through it. Like I encourage you, I'm not an expert, but if you want to talk to somebody outside of like your regular circle of friends, you can send me a message. I can try to give you some advice, but I'm not the best qualified person to give advice. I'm a little bit better now. Obviously, YouTube brought me out of my shell. Some things in my life brought me out of my shell. I'm more confident in myself now. I'm not shy to just walk up to people. I still get made fun of at times. There are people that work with my husband at work make fun of me, but he just ignores them because I tell him, like, I put up with it my whole life. I know how to cope with it now. So if you want any tips or pointers, don't feel free to message me. I'm no expert, but we could talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I know it's a little bit different from my channel, but I just felt like it was something I wanted to do and something I wanted to address. My next video will be a little more upbeat and fun. I stayed unnatural through this video too, just because I felt like it. So I will talk to you guys all in my next video, and you guys have a great week. Bye everyone.